Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on Toned In Entertainment, where we love pop culture. And today it's time to continue on with our ongoing discussion of the Undertaker comic book series. Now, if you've missed my coverage of any of the Undertaker comic books, they're all here in one playlist, and the link is down in the description. Now, when issue number 3 concluded, the Undertaker had just recovered from, let's say, his giant falling out with the embalmer, plus Kane was lurking in the shadows. And while I always thought the Undertaker just had one sibling with his brother Kane, here in issue number 4, we're gonna see that the Undertaker might have to send out one extra Christmas card this year. All right, let's get on with my comic book discussion of the Undertaker issue number 4, Family Values. Inside the Goat's Head Tavern sits a man who looks like a total American badass. He's trying to mind his own business, pounding down a few drinks, when he's approached by a man in a trench coat named Lootan. Now, while we don't know much about Lootan, he calls this biker Master and tells him that he has found him. He dwells in a place of the dead. Now, while Lootan and the biker are just trying to have a private conversation, they have gotten the attention of two thugs in the bar who think they smell of cash. Lootan tells this biker that his transportation is ready, but the biker says they might have to deal with an unwanted audience first. As these two thugs approach, Lootan gives them the opportunity to walk away, but the man named Jimmy says, "Boy, you don't talk to members of Hell's 7 that way." And it seems that the word hell was a magic word, because all of a sudden these two guys begin to freak out, and for very good reason, because Lootan has transformed himself into a werewolf. And as Lootan begins to feast on these thugs, it's time for the biker at the bar to reveal his identity, and it's none other than the Undertaker. Now, the Undertaker will have to deal with a few more bar patrons, but will have no problem choke slamming them straight to hell. And as Lootan has finished his main course, it will be time for him and the Undertaker to continue on with their mission. Now, as the Undertaker and Lootan drive away, it looks like this would have been the perfect time for Kane to stage an ambush. But a voice in the shadows tells him, "No, not yet, Kane. Soon. Very soon." Now, Lootan and the Undertaker have made it to their destination, and that being where Paul Bearer lays his head to rest at night. Lootan tells the Undertaker that he will take care of any guards that get in the way of the Undertaker removing the book. The Undertaker says to Lootan that his dark ministries will be one step closer with the taking of the book, and that we shall all howl tonight. Now, what about the Embalmer? He's been the Undertaker's main enemy so far in the series, and I was beginning to think we weren't going to hear from him, but as you can see, the Embalmer is doing what he does best, and that's stirring up trouble. As the Embalmer has reached the outer fringes of Hell's prisons in Stygian, he has come face to face with the captain of the Death Watch, Thudnar. Now, Thudnar will tell the Embalmer he can enter, but it will be as a captive. But the Embalmer is having none of that, as he's in need of more dark souls that the Undertaker has cost him to lose. And even though Thudnar will try and do his duty, the Embalmer has way too many tricks up his sleeve, leaving the captain of the Death Watch in quite the predicament, as he will be the warning of things to come, the example, and the Embalmer will not be denied. Now, back at Paul Bearer's place, the Undertaker has woken him up from his slumber, and he's ready to deal a punishment for his crimes against his ministry. But Paul Bearer will not be shaking in his boots, as he's about to welcome the dead man to his house of pain. Now, as you can see here, Paul Bearer seems to have some of the same type of powers as the Embalmer, as he has the Undertaker all tied up. Paul Bearer tells the Undertaker that thinking his brute strength would always lead him to be victorious is silly, because it will be someone like him that has brains and cunnings that will have the advantage. Now, Paul Bearer hasn't realized that the Undertaker has brought himself along a tag team partner. As the Undertaker yells out, "Lootan, strike in the name of your master!" Now, Lootan will oblige, but instead he pulls a huge heel turn and strikes the Undertaker in the name of his true master, Paul Bearer. Lootan tells the Taker that he always wanted to give orders but never wanted to share any of the power or wealth. Paul Bearer goes on to tell the Taker that he was never a people person, and that human resources has always been his talent. Now, the Undertaker has been torn to shreds, and it looks like this might be the dead man's last stand. But then suddenly Paul Bearer hears a strange noise. Now, that strange noise will be from Kane, who shows he has no interest in using a doorbell, as he just crashes through the wall. Paul Bearer will order Lootan to attack, but this battle will be nothing more than a squash match. Paul Bearer will plead with Kane that, "It's me, your daddy. You don't want to hurt me, do you?" Well, let's just say Kane, he's gonna fire his father, crossing one more person off his Christmas list this year, but that's okay because Kane still has his baby sister, Jezebel. Now, Jezebel and Kane have what they came for, and that's her stepbrother, the Undertaker. Jezebel then tells Kane it's time to burn this freak show of a house to the ground, and then Kane and his brother, the Undertaker, can talk over the bad old days. Alright guys, well that's going to wrap up my discussion for issue number 4 of the Undertaker comic book series. Once again, just a lot of fun to be had here. Plus we got introduced to a new family member. I mean, who knew that the Undertaker had a stepsister? Or are we just in for a swerve? Well, we're not going to have to wait long because I do have issue number 5. Now, I have not read this issue. I'm going to do it right now and start working on my future videos. So guys, if you like videos like this and the Undertaker comic book series, make sure you subscribe here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.